actually just got home. It's actually December 30th, approximately 11:50 p.m. So I figured I'd do my accomplishments for the year. Hopefully I can get this recorded and done under 10 minutes and posted. I'll probably try to upload it tomorrow, but here goes. So 2025 started off rough. My daddy passed. Had a stroke and was in critical condition pretty much immediately. So it was very sudden, and my sisters and I shouldered most of the responsibility. But with his transition into the next realm, I've adopted new ways to continue to nurture our relationship, because he's not gone from my life entirely. He's just not here in the physical sense. So that's the first thing. Second thing, mended my relationship with Allah after my daddy passing and expanded my spirituality. I went through what I believe to be sort of crisis of faith, for lack of a better term, a better phrase. And I went through a period of just questioning a bunch of stuff, honestly. So that's been a process. I cooked more at home, which was extra special because my daddy was a chef by trade, and being in the kitchen always made me happy since I was very, very young. This year, specifically, being in the kitchen has made me a bit more emotional at times, a lot of times randomly, specifically trying new recipes. But I have been cooking more in the kitchen and just fostering that love that I have for the culinary arts. Yeah. I also have a ton of new recipes that I've added to my recipe Rolodex. I'm very happy about that. Rekindled my love for reading and started reading more consistently. One of the best gifts, I say, that my mother ever gave me is, besides the gift of life, is my love for reading. And I've always been a bookworm since I was very, very little. But the past year or so, I've had a lot of changes and routine and stuff, and I just I didn't prioritize reading as much as I wanted to. But this year I have, and next year I will continue to do so. Yes. I decided to go back to school for medical laboratory science. I turned 30. Another year in this realm, another year of lessons, another year of experiences, another year of wisdom under my belt. Very thankful for that. Honestly, I know that my inner child is happy with who I've become up to this point. I just hope that future me is proud of present me, if that makes sense. I also started stretching more because I'm an old bag of bones now. And I say that jokingly. I have noticed I'm a lot more creaky. Maybe some advice, just start stretching if you can. Or stretching in ways that you can. Bend your body. Bend your bones if you can. September was my 1-year lock anniversary. I actually got a retwist today. They're looking thick and juicy. My loctician, she did retwist parts of my scalp. But it is what it is. Bought my first car. My Jeep Uno is his name. He is my little baby. He's actually a big baby because he's a big old Wrangler. He's a big old truck. He's big to me. I'm 5'2". For my 30th birthday, I wanted a car. My 30th birthday, I got a car. I started my junk journal. Now, for me, it has been a fun way to channel my autistic gremlin tendencies for collecting things. It's just been nice. It's been nice having something to put them in and look back on. Very fun. Started posting more online without the pressure to do so. I do it for fun. Also to capture memories of my little life due to an impaired memory. Yes. Journaling more consistently. Yeah, again, to capture my headspace in real time as a way to look back on and reflect, but also because of memory issues. So, spend more time with my creative writing, specifically short stories and songs. Got a few projects in the works in the background. Excited to see what that looks like for 2026, or as I carry it on into 2026. Improved on my speech. I jokingly say that I inherited my stutter from my daddy. He had a stutter. I have a stutter. It gets worse with big emotions, but um, it hasn't. It's never been bothersome for me to the point of like not wanting to speak. It's more so getting frustrated with my brain not being able to keep up, or my mouth not being able to keep up with my brain. But I've been able to kind of slow down a bit and actually like pay attention to how my mouth is forming the words, as opposed to like getting too caught up in like the words in here. If that makes any kind of sense. This is probably the biggest one. Learn more about myself in relation to my mental health and state. Being neurotypical, navigating depression, basically learning more about how my brain is wired and how it works and how it works through things. I've also implemented more routines for different occasions and like aspects of my life, because my brain is very task oriented and it finds safety in order, like a general sense of order, not like a stickler to the plan, more so just like having a plan. And if the plan is we're freelancing it for the day, that's cool, but just having a general sense of what's to be expected is very comforting to me in a lot of ways. I started putting together my terrarium for my first pet. Very excited for that. I chose peace because people will push your buttons and get on your freaking fudging last nerve. And you don't have to choose peace. But it's healthier to choose peace, and it's better to choose peace, and it's wiser to choose peace. So I choose peace. I chose peace. I don't seem real peaceful right now, but I chose peace because motherfuckers be getting on my goddamn nerves. Last but certainly not least, this happened literally this past weekend. I got engaged to the love of my life, to a good man who I love and want to spend my life with. It's so grown. Like, I'm 30, I'm an adult. It just feels so grown up. Those were the highlights of 2025 for me. I will see you in 2026. Bye.